for another daily live pop up. This is yours truly, Apostle V, and we are continuing to follow the Diddy trial. Let's see what happened on today. So give me a second to pull up my source, and we can get right to it. Y'all know I peeled it all the way back to the beginning of the day in court today. So let's see. All right. So we're going back to 9:30 a.m. this morning, and Judge Aaron Sub, that's my nickname for him, because it is kind of hard to pronounce this man's last name. All right, so Judge Aaron Sub grilled the parties about potentially leaked information published in a news article before testimony kicked off Tuesday morning. Both teams of lawyers denied leaking the sealed details. First on the stand will be an agent who started testifying Monday about the logistics of Sean Combs' freak-offs, presenting evidence such as texts, flight records, and hotel bills. Combs' former assistant, Brendan Paul, is expected to testify later in the day. He was called into the courtroom briefly a few moments ago to be granted immunity. Combs decided he did not want to be in the courtroom for that immunity proceeding. And it continues at 10:14 a.m. The jurors are being shown timeline charts illustrating texts and calls between Sean Combs, Cassie Ventura, and others. This is probably a way for prosecutors to summarize certain key dates and to make it easier for the jury to visualize chats surrounding certain events. At 10:14 a.m., this was a flashback inscription to Monday. Juror number 6 is dismissed. Monday started with some drama when the judge excused juror number 6, saying the man had irreparably damaged his credibility by giving conflicting accounts about where he lived, which I still am trying to figure out why. The juror, a 41-year-old who works at a correctional facility, told the court during jury selection that he lived in the Bronx with his fiancée and daughter. But after an offhand comment to a jury service staffer and further questioning by the judge, it was revealed that his girlfriend and daughter live in New Jersey and that he sometimes lives with his aunt in the Bronx. The juror also gave differing answers as to which home was his primary residence. Sub was initially poised to dismiss the juror Friday afternoon, which was last Friday, but the defense pushed back against losing a black juror. The record raised serious concerns as to the juror's candor, Sub said in his Monday ruling, adding that it was concerning that juror number 6 appeared to be shading his answers to try to remain on the jury. A big red flag for the court generally. Hey, little Rampage, thank y'all for joining in. If you're just coming in, I'm just going over the updates for the Diddy trial. And this is week 6, y'all. Can y'all believe it's been over a month since he's been in court? So I'm just reading updates from the Washington Post. That's my source, my main source, every time I come live. So it continues to say, Sub also quoted the defense's own words back to it, that this jury was already among the most diverse to ever serve in the district. Juror number 6 has been replaced by an alternate, which we don't know of as of yet until we get to the information here on the site. So let me see something, because I think, I believe I am... I want to make sure that I'm not reading the same information from yesterday. So maybe they're just repeating a lot of stuff. Alright, so it looks like it's the same stuff. Let me see something. Let me skip through. If you're joining my live for the first time, thank you so much. And if you have not subscribed, please go and subscribe. I would appreciate it. And if you can get these likes up for me, that would be awesome. Okay, so it doesn't look like nothing new. Okay, so this is the only new update. Okay, that was updated from yesterday. Okay, so the Washington Post, unfortunately, let me see. Let me go back, y'all. Because this that was readings from yesterday, so give me just a second. Okay, so I'm just gonna read. So this is gonna be a brief live on today. All right, y'all. So this was noted at 9:27 a.m. Brendan Paul, an ex-assistant for Sean Combs, who is set to testify if the trial proceeds Wednesday, which it is today. So let me skip past that. Okay, 9:40 a.m. After a brief discussion about the admissibility of text exchanges involving an alleged drug dealer, court is out for the day on account of a sick juror. So, and then they're supposed to end this whole case this week. So now a juror is dismissed, and now another juror is sick. Very coincidental. Very interesting. It's unclear whether this juror will be able to return, and the court will make further inquiries about their condition. Given the Juneteenth holiday on Thursday, it's unlikely the government will rest its case on Friday, as had been expected. So that means that they were going to rest this whole case and really shut it down early this Friday. But being that the juror got sick today, and then tomorrow is Juneteenth, they still gonna have to extend it. So at 10:12 a.m., it was an unexpectedly brief trial today, with the court dismissed mid-morning after a sick juror couldn't attend. Our reporters are still working though. Stay tuned for some updates to help make sense of the juror issues, 3 of them just this week, and what they could mean for the trial timeline. All right. At 11:04 a.m., they posted how the court is dealing with a late wave of juror issues. Illnesses, family issues, and other conflicts are not uncommon for jurors to experience, especially in trials that last weeks or months. The Sean Diddy Combs trial is experiencing some of those issues during the final weeks of the lengthy proceeding. Jury number 6 was dismissed Monday after giving conflicting accounts of where he lived. An unknown issue with a different juror may still be unresolved after a closed-door discussion Tuesday, and court was let out early today, which is Wednesday, after a juror fell ill and couldn't attend. All right. So this was 1 minute ago, and it's entitled "Court Adjourns Due to Sick Juror in Sean Combs' Case Delays Testimony by Ex-Assistant Brendan Paul." So Sean Diddy Combs' federal sex trafficking trial was unexpectedly adjourned early Wednesday, which is today, after a juror experienced vertigo and wasn't able to attend. That means Brendan Paul, a former Syracuse University basketball player who worked for Combs and is one of the prosecution's final witnesses, will not testify before Friday, after the Juneteenth holiday. Paul is mentioned in 3 civil lawsuits filed against Combs and was arrested on since dropped drug charges last year, around the time federal agents raided Combs' homes. Paul has been granted immunity excuse me, by the court for his testimony. Earlier this week, a special agent with the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York presented records related to alleged freak-offs with Combs and his ex Cassie Ventura, one of two women in the trial who alleged that they were sex trafficked by Combs. The women consented willingly, Combs' defense team has argued. And Sean Combs' defense team, they're going to stand on that because they're trying to build a case to where it didn't look as if Sean forced them to be a part of those freak-offs and so forth. So it is a short live on today. Not on my account. It was on the jury that caused the conflicts. So with that being said, y'all, I'm going to still come live on tomorrow, and we're going to do, well, actually, let me park it tomorrow because tomorrow is Juneteenth, and it's a national holiday. So I think I'm going to take the day off as well. And we're going to come back on Friday and see what happened in court Friday. All right. So with that being said, y'all, I hope y'all have an amazing day. I hope y'all have a wonderful Juneteenth. And we will see each other on Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube. And that's all, folks. Have a great one. Shalom.